that. But this has been a good example of how the political parties can work together, the difference that the political parties can make, not on perhaps the bigger issues, and those issues will always be challenging, but on these types of significant issues that are so meaningful in terms of people's lives. I pay tribute to all of the victims and survivors who have been on this journey right from the start. From Margaret, Kate, from Jerry to John McCourt, all of whom have been mentioned in this debate. They have done incredible work because they represented not just themselves, but the many, many thousands of victims across Northern Ireland, and in fact across this world, who perhaps couldn't step forward, but they were brave enough to be able to do that, no matter how difficult that was. And it must have been incredibly difficult for them to tell their own stories again and again and again, to try to get this inquiry, to try to get the justice that they deserve. Many of these children came from very challenging and difficult circumstances, and what they needed was love, protection and support. And when we read that report, when we listen to the experiences, we know that what they got was cruelty and depravity and harshness. And that is appalling. And I know right from that very first meeting with Martin McGuinness and with Peter Robinson and those who were in the room, they were absolutely struck that it was the right thing to do to try to get justice for those victims. And every political party, and right across this House, there's very broad consensus on that. And I do want to pay tribute to all of those. This is not the end of their journey. They will continue with all of that pain and the suffering and the legacy of what happened to them. But I hope today that this redress, that this financial support, that this and what it symbolises will give some comfort and be a recognition of the hard and incredible work that they have put in to stand up and to address the terrible, terrible wrong that was done to them and many, many thousands of other children.